Welcome back to the channel. It's the only man to come on Hawk Talk 3 times now. It's your boy, Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell, after he just got the dub at UFC Abu Dhabi a few weeks ago. Absolutely monumental dub by Bryce. Thank you so much for joining us here again today, Bryce. It's an honor to have you on here, and congratulations on such a big victory. Your first win inside the bantamweight division, brother.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. Yeah, I'm excited about this bantamweight weight class. We're gonna see what happens, but I'm coming in hot and ready like Little Caesar pizza, brother. And where they tell me to go, I'm going. But I don't know what's next, but I think I'm off to a good start and I'm really happy about it and I'm relatively healthy. That's the biggest blessing of all.
Awesome, man. I love that reference you just did right there, too. I absolutely love Little Caesars pizza. And oftentimes it gets a bad rap because it's cheap pizza. So fuck you. If you don't like Little Caesars pizza, then you're not my friend. So hell yeah, Bryce. I love that reference right there
It's
by you, bro.
pretty good, man. It
But
really
it's
is.
good. I don't care what anybody says. That shit's good, man.
Yeah, there's this gourmet pizza. I paid way more and it sucks. Like Little Caesars is cheap and it's consistent.
And their breadsticks with the cheese, too. Oh man, that's good stuff. It's some good stuff. But all right, Bryce, just to kind of funnel back into what's going on right now in your life, I just want to ask you, now that you've been home now for about a week or two, how are you doing as far as recovering from the fight, and how's your family doing?
I'm recovering, still just some bruises. Whenever you have a tough fight, you bruised up for weeks or months usually. So I'm still bruised, but I'm just training around my little bit of bruises and stuff, dude. I've been way worse after fights, so it could always be worse. I'm happy about how healthy I am afterwards. And I accepted a grappling match in San Antonio on September 12th. So that just motivated me to just get right back to training. So past 3 or 4 days, I've been training nonstop because I want to win this tournament. It's a 16-man tournament, and these dudes are a bunch of jiu-jitsu dudes, so they're going to be trying all the jiu-jitsu stuff on me. There's no punches, so I have to change up my strategy, and it'll be very interesting.
Awesome. Well, how did you get connected on that? Because some UFC fighters will go outside and do grappling tournaments. Recently, my buddy Eric Anders, who fights tomorrow, he just had a grappling match 2 or 3 weeks ago. He got the dub. So, what does it mean to you to step outside the UFC a little bit and have this grappling tournament? And how did you hear about it?
Well, I think it's going to be great because it'll get me in shape for this next fight. And I just got to win this grappling tournament and be healthy, And as long as I do that, it put me in a great spot to be ready to fight because I'll be fresh off of a competition in pretty good shape. And I don't have to cut a lot of weight for it either. I only have to cut like 8 pounds or something, which is just like one hard sauna session. But anyhow, Eddie Bravo texted me and he just said, "Hey, brother, you want to do this show?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." He said September 12th. I looked, I had about a month. I said, "All right, let's do it."
Hell
And
yeah.
I love Eddie. That's the only reason I took it is because Eddie himself asked. And I probably wouldn't have took one if it was anybody but Eddie. But I really love Eddie. It's pretty cool to be competing on a show. I want to win.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. I'm definitely going to be tuned into that now. That's the day before Noche, so that could be a fun weekend to watch you compete in the grappling match and then UFC Noche right after that. So best of luck to you, Bryce. We're definitely going to be keeping in touch between now and then. So I'm excited to see that for you, man. That's going to be dope. But just want to ask you, Bryce, you didn't just show up the week of the fight in Abu Dhabi. You showed up multiple days before your fight. So I just wanted to ask you, what was your overall takeaway of Abu Dhabi? What was some things you did like about it? What was some things you didn't like about it outside of the fight itself?
Well, my overall take of Abu Dhabi is it is absolutely amazing, and I want to go back. My favorite thing was hanging out with my buddy. His name is Junior. But me and Junior's straight Brazilian. He speak a Portuguese. You know what I mean? He's not American, bro. He's Brazilian. He moved to America. He moved to Arkansas for a couple of years, and then this was 10 years ago. And we trained for a couple of years, and we were, great friends and training partners in Arkansas. Well, he lives in Abu Dhabi now, so I got to hang out at Junior's in Abu Dhabi every day. I would train and go to Junior's, and then there's a food mart by Junior's. We go eat at the food mart, train. Dude, it was really, really fun. And I really, really like it. and it's a clean society. That's my favorite part. Not a lot of trash on the streets, not a lot of crime, and it's hard to describe that, to put that into words, because you hear that and you think, well, what does he mean? Well, just go over there.
Yeah,
Go over there and walk the streets at night. I mean, it's a safe place. It's different than America. It's totally different. It's totally safer, and I still think that we have more freedom in America. Uh, and I'd rather be in America. But there are really things that I love about Abu Dhabi that you do not get in America, and I respect that. And I guess some of the things I don't like are some of the cultural rules, but there ain't nothing really big. Like the old changing room situation, man. Like that was a little bit different, but hey, if I would have known that, I could have easily avoided that. But they didn't tell me, hey, don't change in this room. But I didn't know that. You know what I mean? But that's pretty small something, I can get. It really don't bother me that much.
well, that's awesome.
90%, I loved it, and the food is so much different. And then you're probably wondering, well, what was different about the food? Well, it's all different cultures of food in one area, because you've got Jordan, Lebanese, uh, all these like Algerian food. Dude, it's food I don't even know where the countries are at, bro. It's just all
Yeah,
this food in one area. Like they had this Indonesian Chinese place. They had the best tortillas. You know what I mean? And it's just something simple like a tortilla, but it was the way that they cooked that tortilla. It would stretch and pull apart. It wasn't a crispy tortilla like a corn tortilla the Americans eat Tex-Mex out of a taco. It ain't like that, bro. I'm talking this tortilla. You stretch it. It's doughy. You pull it apart.
hell yeah.
You wrap up your spicy beef chili in this stretchy tortilla, and it stretches like dough. Uh, or you can go eat some of this Abu Dhabi food, some of this straight up Muslim food. There's camel, there's goat, and I had the goat, and the goat was good, brother. And but the bread, that's what sets it apart. That legit Abu Dhabi food, it was the bread, bro. The bread, the tortillas. Um, had Lebanese food. The Lebanese food, the pita bread is what they specialize in, bro. I'm telling you, it's just a different experience than what I was used to, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much for elaborating on that. I feel like a lot of people just would be like, hey, oh, it was fun. And that's it. Like, they don't tell you why. Thank you so much for explaining to us why you enjoyed Abu Dhabi so much. I hope you
Also,
get the opportunity to
chocolate
go there
too.
again.
The chocolate's the best chocolate in the world. Dubai chocolate.
That's right. You brought some home to your wife, Erin, correct? For her birthday? I
Yeah, I bought
think
her
I saw that.
a whole suitcase full of chocolate, bro. I seriously loaded up a whole suitcase full of chocolate, and then I had to split it in half because they said it weighed too much at the airport. And some
Oh,
of the dudes at the airports I thought were giving me some bullshit. I really do. I think there's a couple dudes at the airport gave me some bullshit, and I wasn't happy about that. But you could tell I was an outsider, and they was kind of picking on me.
yeah.
One of them was like, "Hey, give me your passport." And you know what I told him? I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But he stopped me out of nowhere and said, "Give me your passport." Like he thought I was maybe smuggled in the country or something. And I told him, I said, "Look, brother, I'm in your country. I'm allowed to be here. You have to let me go." And boy, he was taken aback by that. He didn't like that. And he went and got another cop. And the other cop come over, looked at my passport and said, "Hey, let him go." But you could tell some of the cops at the airport were a little bit like looking to start something. And I
Yeah.
was, but other than that, bro, when I got into town, I didn't have one problem in town. Not one. In the dressing room, bro, all the six dudes, they yelled a little bit, but they didn't start no fight. So I'm happy.
That's awesome. Well, I hope you get the opportunity to go back there again one day. Maybe if it's not even for a fight, you get to go with your family. I feel like that'd be a really cool place for you to get to go vacation, Bryce. So that's dope. But I just want to ask you now about the fight itself. So can you walk us through a little bit of the fight? You know, the first, second, and third round. Obviously, in the first round, he hit you with a knee, and then later on in the fight, he did have you in a guillotine, which he's known for having one of the best guillotines in the UFC. You were able to escape that and go on to get the W. Um, I mean, it was pretty well known that you did win the fight 29-28 there. So can you just kind of walk us through those two sequences and the rest of the fight in there?
I remember early in the first round, but when he kneed me, I didn't come back to till he was on top of me. And then uh, I remember once he got on top of me, I was actually relieved because I actually got a hold of him
Yes, you
and got
did.
my breathing. But I remember he was throwing punches at me, trying to put me away, and I just seeing those punches coming, and I was just staring at them. I remember my eyes being wide open because I was wanting to see every one of them, and they were just perfectly missing. I was just moving just enough to not get hit, and then I got my arms and legs around him, and I got to recover a little bit. And then I got back. I remember getting back up, just putting a good pressure on him. But at the end of the first round, after the minute break between the rounds, I remember going into the second round with a lot of energy,
Yep.
thinking I'm about to win this round. And in between the third round, in the third round, I knew that I won the second, and I knew that it was going to be harder because I was a lot more tired in that round. But I knew going into the third round, I had a feeling I'm about to win this shit
Yep.
because I finally got my breathing back before the round, and I had a good feeling before the round. I'm about to win this fight, and I didn't really quite know how, but I just went for it. The strategy is go forward, you know. So going into the third round, I didn't know if I was going to land something. I just knew when that round starts, I'm going straight to him.
Yep. And that's what you did.
That's what I did. That's what the coaches were saying to do. And as long as I have the energy to do that, that's an effective strategy
Sure
against
is.
that particular opponent. And
And
I did have the energy to do it the whole time, so it worked.
that's awesome. And just to kind of talk again about it, with him, he does have one of the best guillotines in the UFC. You successfully got out of that. It did look tight. How tight was the guillotine? And once you got out of that, how much did that boost your confidence? Because I mean, a lot of people probably saw it, especially the ones watching on TV, were like, "Oh shit, he probably has him right here." But you successfully got out of it and were able to go win the rest of the round. So, how much did that boost your confidence? And how tight was it?
I thought the fight was over for a second when he got that second guillotine. My head popped out, but once my head popped out, I was like, "Oh, thank God!" And, uh, but dude, I thought he was about to put me unconscious with that second one because I just started praying. And I was like, "Jesus, please get me out of this one." And I remember popping my head out and thinking, "Oh well, now he's probably going to beat the hell out of me, but at least I can breathe." You know what I mean? Because once you pop your head out, once I popped my head out of that situation, he was still on top of me.
Right.
But I remember being relieved because I could actually breathe. But I also remember thinking, "Oh yeah, he's about to start swinging," and he did a little bit. But you got to worry as soon as you pop your head out of the guillotine, you got to worry about getting punched in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
it was honestly really nice just being able to breathe. I mean, seriously, I was praying that my head would pop out of there because I didn't think for a couple seconds that it was going to. And it was really close, bro. That second guillotine. Other than that, in the knee, I felt really good about everything. But you take that knee and that guillotine, boy, he about happy.
Yeah.
But other than that, I would say that it's a fair decision that it goes to me because
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean there was not another time that I felt in danger, and I was threatening a lot more submissions than he was.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you take those two sequences away, it's easily 30-27. I mean, it was still clear cut. Like I said, when we got to the judges' scorecard, I feel like even if you're not necessarily a fan of either side in this fight, I feel like it was very obvious that you won the fight. So credit to you on that, being able to not only power through one time after the knee, but also get out of the guillotine. You know, like I said, he has such a high prestige and respect across the UFC roster for that. So credit to you on that, Bryce. But I just want to ask you now, what does this mean, or what does this win mean to you, and what did it mean to you to be able to win the fight and be able to receive the microphone afterwards to say such a powerful message to everybody?
Well, it's going to expand the farm and provide for my family. That's the 100% thing that I needed. Uh, because the farm's doing really good, but this is going to set us straight, brother. This is going to get me all the money I need to expand the barns, the pasture, just expand my operations at the farm. and feed my family.